What if you could step into a studio where legends like Rush, Chantal Kreviazuk, Honeymoon Suite, Platinum Blonde, and Leona Boyd crafted their iconic sound? This is just to name a few. What if you could test the very microphones that captured some of music's most unforgettable moments? For the first time ever, we've been granted unprecedented access to Chalet Recording Studio, one of Canada's most legendary studios, and their unparalleled mic collection. Join us as we uncover the secrets between some iconic mics and the studio that's shaped the sound of Canadian music history. This is where the magic happens. Chalet Recording Studio has opened the doors to their legendary microphone locker to share and document a piece of music history with me. Your support made this incredible experience possible. So let's get started. Which one should we start with? And here we are back with the Louet Ray in a treated room in the control room here at Chalet Studio. You can see this is a real studio and real people record their albums here. In fact, I just got word that one of the bands that recorded here just won Album of the Year in Saskatchewan. And this is the noise floor on the Louet Ray without the Aura technology on. I know. Let's start with something a little more obscure. This is the Royer R122 in a giant room at Chalet Studios. This room is mildly treated, and this is what the Royer R122 sounds like. This is the room noise. And here we are again with the R122 from Royer in a medium treated room. Half of the room is treated, half of the room is not. But this is in the control room at Chalet Studios, thanks to Dave Chester for allowing us access to all of his microphones. And just so you know, this is unprecedented access. People do not let you just play with their expensive toys. This is not a recreational studio. This is a professional audio studio where real albums are made and real awards are won. If you don't believe me, ask Geddy Lee from Rush. And this is the noise floor. And this is the Neumann M147 tube microphone, cardioid polar pattern, in a mildly treated room that is extremely large. Let's have a listen to that noise floor. And here we are with the Neumann M147 tube microphone in a medium treated control room at Chalet Studios. This is the noise floor. And this is the Audio-Technica AT4047. This is what it sounds like in a mildly treated large room. This is the noise floor. And here we are now with the Audio-Technica AT4047 microphone. All of these microphones are condenser microphones, except the last two, which are the biggest, most controversial competitors probably in the entire mic community. Stick around to the end to watch that. This is the noise floor in a medium treated room here in the control center at Chalet Studios. And this is the coveted Neumann TLM103 in a large, mildly treated room here at Chalet Studios. And here we are with the Neumann TLM103 in the control room at Chalet Studios in a medium treated room. And this is the noise floor. Man, that's an efficient mic. And this is the AKG C451B. Here we are in a mildly treated large room at Chalet Studios. This is the noise floor. And here we are with the AKG C451B. Why don't they just put normal names on microphones instead of all these numbers? This is what it sounds like in a medium treated room in the control room at Chalet Studio. That was the noise floor. And this is the Pro RC414 in a mildly treated, very large room. This is the noise floor. I'm so excited to compare this with a real AKG 414. And that's coming up next, right after the treated room sound. This is the noise floor. And here we are with the Pro RC414, which clearly is a direct copy of the AKG C414. And this is what it sounds like in a room with medium treatment and that was the noise floor. And this is the real AKG C414 in a large, mildly treated room. This is the noise floor. And here we are with the AKG C414 in a medium treated room here at Chalet Studios, clearly in the control room. This is the noise floor. And this is the Audio-Technica 4051 in a mildly treated, very large room at Chalet Studios. This is the noise floor. And here we are now with the Audio-Technica AT4051 in a medium treated room here at Chalet Studios in the control room. If you're enjoying this video, please slap a like down there on the video. And if you have any comments, I'd love to hear what you're thinking of all of these microphones that we've tested today. And don't forget to give a big shout out to Dave Chester at Chalet Studios. I'll leave a link in the description below, and it's on the screen right now. This is the noise floor. And this is the Neumann KM100 in a large, mildly treated room. This room is typically where the drummers set up their drums for recordings here at Chalet Studios. This is the noise floor. And here we are now with the Neumann KM100 microphone. Now the interesting thing is some of these microphones, people will tell you are not designed for voices. But if it sounds good on your voice, that's the one you get. Your voice will determine which microphone you need. This is what it sounds like in a medium treated room at Chalet Studios here in the control room. It's a large room. This is the noise floor. And this is probably the most coveted mic in the entire world. And we'll call it number 1 U87AI. And that's because I've heard that some U87s sound slightly different to the other. So this is U87AI number 1. We'll be right back with a number 2, a second mic. This is the U87AI in a large, mildly treated room. This is the noise floor. And here we are with the Neumann U87AI number 1, and we're going to do these back to back, like I said, with two 87AIs. Here we are in a medium sound treated room. Treated? Nope. We're in a medium sound treated room at Chalet Studios here in the control room. As you can see, that is a real console behind me. And keep following along in the video because I'm going to show you what's behind the console that's even more special to me. This is the noise floor. A very special thanks to our first sponsor, Chalet Recording Studio, for empowering this journey into the world of iconic sound. Your passion for innovation and technology and creativity helps bring videos like this to life. Together, we're celebrating the tools, the talent, and the timeless moments that make music unforgettable, where legends meet the future of sound. Thank you, Chalet Recording Studios, for being part of this adventure. 87AI number 2. Can you hear the difference? If you can actually hear a difference between 1 and 2 on exactly the same settings, again, still going through the PreSonus I/O Station 24C. All of the settings are exactly the same. This is number 2, Neumann U87AI in a large, very large, mildly treated room at Chalet Studios. This is the noise floor. Honestly, did you hear a difference? And if you keep listening until the very end of this video, I'm going to do one of the fiercest competitions between two dynamic mics. All of the microphones in this video are all condenser mics, but at the end, I'm going to put two dynamics head to head. You won't believe what we're going to compare because what I've heard from the studio is one is more chosen than the other as an all-around mic. So stay tuned for that. And here we are with the Neumann U87AI number 2 in line, listening to them back to back to see if they actually do sound any different, or if, like I believe, the Neumanns are so close in tolerance that they sound exactly the same. Now, age does have an effect on some microphones, and in fact, these particular U87s have had some use. So they may sound slightly different to each other based on their age and the amount of use that they've had. This is what it sounds like in a medium treated room, in the control room here at Chalet Studios. This is the noise floor. And now on to the Rode NT2A. I especially wanted to do this back-to-back with the U87AI by Neumann to see if they're close. Some people say this is a Neumann clone. Others say it's a complete microphone all on its own. Which one do you like better? The U87AI or this here Rode NT2A? This is how it sounds in a large, mildly treated room at Chalet Studios. And this is the noise floor. And here we are with the Rode NT2A. And as you'll notice, this is an extremely sensitive microphone. It is picking up a fan behind me on some of the audio equipment that I can't even hear with my ears. But I can hear it when I put on the headphones with this microphone. This is what it sounds like in a medium treated room. And this is the noise floor. And this is the Chinesium V22. I believe it's supposed to replicate a Telefunken-style microphone. You be the judge. Tell me in the goobly gop what you think it might be. Because I don't know. And this is what it sounds like in a mildly sound-treated room that is very large at Chalet Studios. And here we are now with the Chinesium V22. I think it's supposed to be a Telefunken something. TF22? Anyway, let's start the argument. Tell me in the comments what you think this thing is supposed to be. Here it is in a medium sound-treated room at Chalet Studios. And this is the noise floor. And next up, we have the AEA R44CE. Now, if the form factor looks familiar to you, that's because it is an exact copy of the RCA R44. AEA has the rights, the only rights, and this is the only authorized reproduction of the R44. Now, I will tell you, I have it running through a mic boost, which is required for most ribbon microphones to make them sound a little bit better and give them a little better gain. However, for the purpose of this video, even though it's going through the mic boost, I have reduced the gain on the IO Station 24C to match all of the other microphones. This is the AEA R44 in a large, mildly treated room at Chalet Studios. And this is the noise floor. Here we are again with the AEA R44. Again, this is the only exact copy of the RCA R44. Has some other letters after the end, but it doesn't matter. What's important is what does it sound like to you here in this medium treated room at Chalet Studios here in the control room. And this is the noise floor. And with all the condenser mics completed, let's get into one of the most heated debates in microphone history between this one and the next one. This is the Shure SM7B in a very large room at Chalet Studios with mild audio treatment. This is its noise floor. And here we are with the Shure SM7B in a medium treated room in the control room at Chalet Studios. And if you haven't heard me say that enough, just keep listening because I'm still going to say it one more time. And then we're going to talk about Chalet Studio and what you can actually do here. This is the sound floor. Welcome to Chalet Recording Studio, where legends like Rush and Canada's greatest artists have created iconic music. More than a studio, it's a creative retreat, a fully equipped recording haven on 40 acres, paired with a charming and traditional bed and breakfast, accommodating up to 10 band members. Feeling hot and overwhelmed, or just need a break? Take a dip in the pool to cool off and refresh. Chalet Recording Studio is state-of-the-art and or mixed with traditional analog. Record until your heart says it's right. Record, stay, and be inspired. At Chalet Recording Studio, your music finds its home, where music meets escape. Let's get your record on the wall. And finally, let's get the fighting started in the comments section below with the Electro Voice RE20. This is the biggest competitor to the Shure SM7B. Some will say it's better, some won't. What's your choice? This is the Electro Voice RE20 in a large, mildly treated room at Chalet Studios. This is the noise floor. And finally, here we are with the Electro Voice RE20. Now, like I said, this is a big competition between the Shure SM7B and the RE20. Which one to you sounds like more of a broadcast microphone for your YouTube videos and how your voice might sound on it? Now, you've listened to my voice on hundreds of microphones over time. What do you think my voice sounds like on this? Put it in the googly got below. Go to chalet.com for more information on how to book the studio, and if you need it, if you're from around the world like many of the people were that have recorded here, they do have sleeping quarters here that act as a traditional bed and breakfast for musicians. There's a musician special. So again, special thanks to Dave Chester from Chalet Studios for allowing us full access to the mic locker. And just so you know, I tested less than 1/10 of the number of microphones that are actually available at this studio. What I did is I collected the ones that seemed to be the most common and a couple of obscure ones that people like to have for their audio recordings. There you have it. We've tested mics that have captured everything from Geddy Lee's bass lines to Chantal Kreviazik's haunting melodies. And let me tell you, my vocal cords have never felt so legendary. Okay, maybe not legendary. At least now we know which mics can make me sound like a rock star and which ones make me sound like a Canadian goose in a windstorm. Whether you're recording the next big Canadian anthem or just your shower karaoke sessions, remember, the right mic will make all the difference. And if you're ever feeling fancy, just pretend you're here at Chalet Studios, sipping maple syrup and channeling your inner Rush. And remember to keep it loud, keep it proud, and keep it very Canadian or American or wherever you're from. And for the love of audio, stop touching your condenser mics while you're recording videos. And if you want to see more reviews with mics that are good, bad, and ugly, just click into that playlist on your screen. I'm Turbo the Tech Nerd.